Hey everyone, Johnny here with OhioCannabis.com. I'm at the Ohio Cannabis Health Summit being put on by Lakewood Medical Clinic. We had I think about 500 people actually show up total today, so it was a really good event. There's been a lot of vendors here, about 30 or so vendors. One of the most interesting vendors, though, is GoFire, and they have solved a solution for Ohio to get cartridges here in dispensaries. There were two big reasons why we don't have cartridges right now, and that's where you see the oil in them, and that is because it can't touch the heating element, the product cannot touch the heating element, and it has to be a metered dose. Well, GoFire has solved that solution, or solved that problem, and they've also been approved by the state of Ohio. So I'm here with Caelan Donadio, and he's with GoFire, and he's from Colorado actually, so this company's out of Colorado, but he's going to give you guys an understanding of what we're actually working with here and how it works. So, hey Caelan, how are you today?
Fantastic, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for explaining all this, because it's a lot of interest to a lot of people in Ohio. So tell us about the product and the company.
Absolutely. So over here at GoFire, we've been working on this for about 4 years, and really our goal was to make sure that patients could actually medicate efficiently and effectively. And so what we did is we actually created a medication management platform. So that platform comprises of two main sides, our app and then our meter dose inhaler. So that meter dose inhaler actually allows us to microdose concentrates in 2.5 milligram increments and heat that concentrate to within 1 degree of the user's choosing, while actually tracking the chemical profile as well. And so all that information that the device collects itself actually gets pushed over to the app, so users can later on rate and review that product, starting to understand what products work best for them. Really crowdsourcing the efficacy of alternative medicine, if you will. The way that our cartridges actually work is it's extrusion based, and so what we're doing is we actually spin the outside body of our cartridge, which then actually presses a plunger down, doing extrusion out of the tip. So basically a syringe with a couple extra things to it. On the backside here, we have a little microchip. That microchip actually carries the batch profile of that concentrate. So THC, CBD levels, terpene profile, whatever's actually in there. And so all that we have to do is I'll actually pop open a device.
Okay, so this is the actual device, a vaporizer here, and it does flower and it also does concentrates.
And so what I will do is I'll actually take another cartridge out, a slightly fuller one.
Make sure this is good.
Ooh. And then with that little microchip on the back, all I have to do is actually slide that side into the device, lock it in, and we're pretty much good to go. So all I have to do is turn that thing on, and if you look closely, as I spin this wheel, it actually starts dosing concentrate in 2.5 milligram increments. And so a really small amount.
Shot. Show it to the camera here.
Really small amount.
How it comes out. So this is what a metered dose means. So they're able to actually give you only the amount that you are required by state law to have per dose, and they're able to do it drop by drop.
So that concentrate is actually being placed into this oven down here, which actually allows us 1 degree temperature control. And so really the things that GoFire controls in the vaporizing experience is dose, temperature, and then understanding that chemical profile. And so that is all crucial in understanding how we're going to make cannabis medicine in the future. That actually pairs with, I realized I should have set this up a little bit better.
That's all right. And a big part of this device is the way that it works with the app. The app brings so much understanding of so many different analytical parts to cannabis, from terpenes to different cannabinoids, how much you're able to add it per dose, basically. Like the device works with your app, so as you're dosing it, it's counting it basically in the app and giving you a layout of the different terpene profiles and, like I said, the level of cannabinoids and everything. I mean, it's a really detailed app. It's a really nice looking, user interface too.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. We've been working on that for a while, and I mean that connectivity of what the consumer is actually using, and then allowing them to see it is really where education begins. Alternative medicine is one of those things that's really hard for people to step into and understand immediately. And so hopefully apps and platforms like ours can be that resource. And so, as I mentioned, once we click that cartridge into the device, the phone actually understands what's going on in there. And so we can actually come click into this.
Show there a little closer, we'll get it.
Click into this area to actually see the full chemical profile of what we're about to consume. And then we can actually come up here and see the ratings and reviews for this product. And so this specific product, we have 3,700 reviews and overall 3.5 out of 5 stars.
And the product just launched fairly recently, right?
Absolutely. So the actual hardware component is coming out late August of this year. The app is live on the App Store in all 50 states, so we have about 3,000 products on there right now. So if you do have any products that you're looking to dose, scan it in on the GoFire app and see if we have it. If not, please add it to our community so we continue to grow that base. So really beautiful thing about all this is it allows users to actually understand what they're consuming, but it also allows physicians to understand what users are consuming. And so GoFire is building out a Caregiver Portal so that caregivers can actually have patients opt into their network so that they can actually help those patients manage their medicine. So that rather than just giving a prescription and having you come back in 30 days later, the doctor can actually check in to make sure you're medicating in the same way that he actually prescribed. Because at the end of the day, we want this to be medicine, and so we need to find ways that doctors can feel comfortable and patients can feel comfortable and have some ownership over their own medicine.
That's the thing, a lot of people are apprehensive or nervous on how to do this because they don't know how to affect them, and if they're able to take smaller doses and they know exactly what they're taking, I think that's huge. Like this smart cartridge, and I'll show you guys, this one doesn't have it here, but this smart cartridge has, it actually connects to the device and has data involved in this. You said that basically this will go to the laboratory and the labs will give the full profile of all the terpenes and everything based on per cartridge, right?
Yeah, so when manufacturers or extract manufacturers purchase those cartridges from us, they fill them, and then in the capping process of putting that tip on the cartridge, it's actually tagging it with the batch ID. So the cannabinoid levels, the terpene profiles, and so for our cartridges, that's where COAs are actually required to be tagged to it as well. So the end user can always see exactly what they're about to consume, because transparency in medicine is important, whether it be this industry or others.
No, you're right, it is, and I think the patient's really looking for that. They want to know. I mean, to have clean medicine that has been thoroughly tested, and to know that you're being medicated properly is so important. Now, this device, as we mentioned, the big thing is that it does the cartridges at the state requirements, and like I said, that is that the product overall itself does not touch the heating element. That's why it only drips. Each meter dose drips down into the oven itself, and then it can. And then it has to be metered. So the product can't touch the heating element, and then it has to be a metered dose. This solves both of them for that, but it's also you can add flour to this. You said, right?
Absolutely. And so we wanted to make sure that this was versatile when we built it, because we realized that users want to try just about every way that they can consume these products. And so the way that the oven actually comes out is you use the mouthpiece, get onto the edge.
Yeah, so this is actually the mouthpiece right here that he's using as the lifting tool, basically.
And so you can see that oven itself. And so actually where our heating element is, our heating element is actually down here, pretty low in that external oven actually. And so that's how we have the heating element actually separate from the concentrate itself. For flour, a basket would go in there that could be manually loaded by the user, and then they could actually make sure to track the chemical profile and then the temperature, just not dose.
If the patient wanted, could they have flour in the bottom and then use the vape cartridge to drip onto that for whatever reason?
Absolutely. So it certainly works in that way. Obviously, in regards to medicine, we always want to try to push people to use one product at a time, just so they can understand, what that's actually doing. Because if you pile a couple different things on top of each other, it's a bit of a gamble at that point.
Yeah. No, fair point and important information. So a couple of things. These are the current ones that you guys have out on the market right now with other companies, because you said you don't actually fill the cartridges. You're just the tech and hardware company to provide it.
And so those are a couple companies that we work with. Maven as a CBD supplier, and Seed and Smith based in Colorado. And so those are two people that we are going to be rolling this product out with. Looking for partners currently in other regions. As you know, cannabis is really segmented based on legislation. And so that's one thing that's made growth for everyone in this industry quite hard, because you can't just have a blanket plan across multiple states. And so, GoFire is building our base so we can hopefully help patients in more regions soon.
Yeah, no, that's great. And, we're going to get you guys as much info about this as we can to help roll it out in the program. But if anybody wanted to go to the website, what is their website?
Our website is www.gofire.co.
Okay. All right, great. We appreciate the conversation. I think that was great information. We're going to definitely see a lot of this implementation, because they just got approval a couple days ago.
Yeah, I believe it was Thursday. We got
Yeah, so this is brand new, and as more processors come online, they're going to, if they want to offer this type of a product, they have to adopt this system, at least right now. So we're going to hopefully see this roll out probably the next few months, I'd say, by the fall-ish quarter.
Absolutely. Right now, with our launch in Colorado coming in late August, we are looking to hopefully be in Ohio based on extraction partners, obviously, but sometime September, October, providing relief to patients near here.
Okay, great. Hey, really appreciate it, Kaelan. It was great talking to you, and appreciate you coming all the way from Colorado to educate us and showcase this product. So, thanks, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Bye.